In the end, it's all a question of identity. If there's no chicken and no butter, what is it? It's comfort, it's warmth. This is butter tofu. All the soul of the original, no compromises, no apologies. We start with the tofu, pressing it for 10 minutes to remove excess moisture so it holds its shape and absorbs as much flavor as possible. If you don't have a tofu press, simply wrap it in a towel and place a heavy object on top. I break the tofu into bite-sized pieces rather than cutting it into cubes. This increases the surface area, allowing more sauce and flavor to coat each piece. Next, I dust it with cornstarch. For the batter, I use a thick yogurt as the base. Soy yogurt has the most neutral taste, but I like coconut yogurt here. The spices: salt, garam masala, nutritional yeast, hot paprika, and turmeric. I also add lemon juice and olive oil. I mix well, pour it over the tofu and coat everything evenly, gently to keep the pieces intact. Then I refrigerate for an hour to let the coating set. After an hour, I heat a deep pan over medium-high heat and melt butter. It may seem like a lot, but it gives the tofu its creamy, buttery texture and will also enrich the sauce. Carefully add the tofu pieces, keeping some space between them. If needed, fry in 2 batches. I save the bowl to transfer the fried tofu later. I flip each piece as it browns, aiming for an even sear. If only 2 sides brown, that's fine, just make sure they're well cooked. Next, I add 10 grams of butter and begin the sauce. I toast crushed fennel seeds and a cinnamon stick. Fennel balances acidity with a subtle sweetness, while cinnamon adds warmth and depth. Once fragrant, I add the diced tomatoes and cook for about 5 minutes. Lowering to medium heat, I add cashews, tomato paste, and spices except for the sugar. For a smoother sauce, soak the cashews for at least 30 minutes. Cover and let it simmer for 15 minutes, stirring occasionally. Meanwhile, I finely chop parsley, adding the stems to the sauce for extra flavor. Midway, I add water, lemon juice, and sugar. After 15 minutes, I remove from heat, let it cool slightly and blend until smooth. For an ultra creamy texture, I strain the sauce back into the pan, especially helpful if using a food processor or immersion blender. I reheat over medium heat and adjust the seasonings. I added salt, garam masala, hot paprika, and a touch of sugar. I add a bit of chopped parsley. Once the sauce is hot, I gently add the tofu pieces. I love serving butter tofu with white rice, but of course it pairs beautifully with naan bread. For toppings, I never skip vegan yogurt. The tangier, the better. Plus crushed cashews, chopped parsley, and a sprinkle of black and white sesame seeds. If there's one dish that can win over anyone, vegan or not, tofu lover or skeptic, it's this one. Let me know if you try it. Trust me, don't skip this recipe. It's pure comfort and warmth. So flavorful. Very, very good. See you next week and thanks for watching.